Soul fam, and welcome to Mirror D Tarot. I'm Mirror D here today with the 6th episode of The Road to Healing. Today we are going to talk about setting accomplishable goals when it comes to spiritual growth and also celebrating ourselves at every step of the way. So we get this idea in our society that we're supposed to be someplace at some time. Like we have this set up plan for every single person who exists here. So we're like, okay, we'll go to school, get married, go to school, go to college, get married, have kids, that whole plan. We all know it. It's really familiar. So we have this whole plan and everything, and what this does for us is it causes us to judge ourselves and feel like we're not progressing in the right amount of time if we haven't accomplished these things by a certain age. But the difference is there's man-made time and then there's divine timing. Everybody doesn't walk at the same time. Everybody doesn't crawl at the same time. We are all on our own individual paths. And to set something up like that, something up where you have to judge yourself every step of the way, or you feel like you're supposed to be a certain place at a certain time, that causes you to step away from yourself. That causes you to step out of the place of walking on your own path and your own journey. You are where you're supposed to be at right now. In this moment, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. I don't care if you are dead broke. I don't care if you are in a relationship that needs to change. You are where you need to be at right now, because if we take our time to look at these things in our life as lessons, then we are able to process those things a little bit better. We're able to walk into these things with a clearer vision of who we want to become. Now, a lot of times when it comes to these things, like we can't see just yet how they're going to benefit us in the future, but that's just how life works. How many things can you think of in your life at this moment that you didn't think were going to benefit you in the future, and now you're like, man, I'm kind of glad that happened because now I have this quality or this strength. Now I know better. Now I know what I don't want. So there's a lot of qualities like that. Like, so for me, I used to be in that same boat because I went through a lot of really crazy relationships. And back then, that's when I was dating trauma. And that's when I was in a place of low self-worth and in a place of not knowing how to find myself. So when in those situations, I felt defeated, and I didn't understand why those things were happening to me. I was in a very victim mindset back then. But as I've grown and as I've become another person, and as I've evolved, I can now look back at those experiences with gratitude, because I'm really happy that I got the lessons that I got from those people. I'm really happy that those people were a mirror to me to show me where I still needed to heal. And because of those people, I now know where my strength is. I've now been able to find my strength. So today we're just talking about that aspect of things. So today the exercise I want you to do today is to write down what your idea of success is. And whether that's emotional success, physical success, whether that's financial success, it doesn't matter where it is in your life. Write down what your idea of success is. And if you want to know what success is, Earl Nightingale put it the best way. He says that if your dream in life was to become a mother, and that's what you're excelling at, you became a mother and now you're excelling at that, then you are successful. If your goal or dream was to be the best grass cutter in the world and win grass cutting competitions, and you're doing that, it doesn't matter what you do as long as your success is based on you. We have this idea that success is, I got to get money and get the car and get the job and get the husband and stuff like that. And you can ask most people that get to that point, they find that once they get there, it's empty, because it's somebody else telling them how to live their story. It's somebody else telling them what they need to do and what should be important to them. So when it comes down to it, we need to step back into ourselves, figure out what's important to us, and start to work toward that goal. That's where you're going to find fulfillment. That's where you're going to find passion. And that's where you're going to find happiness. So another thing I want to say today before I pull the card is to set accomplishable goals. That's the thing. And so we're always in this big picture type state or whatnot, where we're like, once I get to this point, then I'm going to be happy. Once I get to this point. So say, for instance, your goal is to have 1,000 YouTube subscribers, okay? And you get 1 subscriber. Celebrate that. Celebrate the shit out of that, because that's 1 more subscriber than you had before. And it's 1 step closer to where you're trying to go. We forget about the journey and we always focus on the destination. And if you do that, you'll never have enough. If you're always focusing on the more, nothing's ever going to feel like enough. So learning to be grateful right here, right now is going to be your true key to success, your true key to abundance, and your true key to finding happiness in this life. So Find that space for gratitude. So celebrate. Take yourself out for a dinner, for a glass of wine, whatever it is you use to celebrate. And then once you hit 100, celebrate again. Once you hit 200, celebrate again. Once you hit 300, celebrate again. And it doesn't matter what area of your life you're in. Keep celebrating yourself, because these accomplishments, you are always one step further than you've been before. And you know what? Once you get to a point, you're still going to continue to grow. So as you continue to grow, your goals are going to get bigger. So just look at this as there is no end to it. There is no end game. There are just accomplishments and goals. So keep that mentality and watch how your life changes. So today's card is the Knight of Wands, Adventure. So today is about taking chances, stepping out there, really deciding what it is that you want. And as the card of the Sagittarius, this also talks about freedom, our truth, and our own expansion in our own lives spiritually. So today, I think that's a really great card for the day. That fiery energy is about creativity, about realizing our energy as creators. And with the Sagittarian energy following up in that, we have freedom, we have expansion, and we have truth. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. I will see everyone tomorrow. Until then, peace.